Hello dear students, welcome back to first PUC NEET online classes. In the previous class we were discussing about the few numericals concerned to thermal expansion of solid. Now let us continue again some numericals concerned to that concept. Numerical is there is some change in length when 33,000 Newton tensile force is applied on steel rod of area cross section 10 raised to minus 3 meters square. The change in temperature required to produce the same elongation of the steel rod when it is heated. I mean, a steel rod is given on it, thermal force is developed. This much thermal force developed for this area. I need how much temperature required to produce this much amount of thermal force on that steel rod. Right? Shall I take here what are given values? Here force is given. How much force is given? F is equal to 33,000. 33,000 Newton given. How much area given? 10 raised to minus 3 meters square area given. Right? Then what I need? I need to calculate the change in temperature required to produce the thermal force. What is given? Young's modulus given Y. How much Y value? 3 into 10 raised to L1 given. Newton per meter square. Right? Alpha value also given. How much alpha value? 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 5 per degree Celsius. Students, we know that thermal force developed on the material. What is the thermal force developed on the material? Thermal force is equal to Young's modulus area alpha into delta T. Delta T is nothing but amount of temperature required to produce the thermal force. I need this value delta T. How to calculate? Thermal temperature is equal to F divided by Y into area into alpha. Right or wrong? Then how to calculate from this? Delta T is equal to thermal force how much? 33,000 Newton whole divided by Y value. Y value how much? 3 into 10 raised to L1 area already given 10 raised to minus 3 alpha value also 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 5 per degree Celsius. Go for calculation. We are getting directly delta T is equal to 10 degrees Celsius. I mean, to produce this much amount of thermal force, I need this much amount of change in temperature or rise in temperature. Right? Copy it. Let us move for the next numerical. Right. Shall I go for the next numerical? Numerical is a thin brass sheet at 10 degrees Celsius and thin steel sheet at 20 degrees Celsius. Two sheets are given. Shall I take one sheet? Which one? Steel is given. Its temperature given. How much? 10 degrees Celsius. And one is brass. Sorry, this is brass. Thin brass sheet at 10 degrees Celsius and steel at 20 degrees Celsius. 20 degree Celsius. Have the same surface area. Have the same surface area. Same surface area mean both area must be equal. A1 must be equal to A2. Area must be equal. Have the same area. The common temperature at which both would have the same area. I mean, he has given this condition at what common temperature both brass and steel must be having same area. What are given values? Coefficient of expansion of brass given and steel given respectively 19 into 10 raised to minus 6 and L1 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Right? I mean, at what common temperature both areas are equal. I need that value. See here, alpha value given. How much alpha value? Alpha value is equal to 19 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Alpha 2 is equal to L1 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Right? We know the common temperature developed when both material having same area. See here, the common temperature already we obtained in the synopsis. Common temperature either for equal length or for equal area, no matter. See here, shall I take here alpha 1 T1 minus alpha 2 T2 whole divided by how much? Alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Right or wrong? Put all the values. What has given? Alpha 1 19 into 10 raised to minus 6 into T1 10 degree minus alpha 2 L1 into 10 raised to minus 6 T2 20 whole divided by alpha 1 minus alpha 2 19 into 10 raised to minus 6 minus L1 into 10 raised to minus 6. See here, minus 6 is common to both numerator and denominator. What values are remaining? 19 into 10 minus L1 into 20 whole divided by 19 minus L1. Right? Just go for calculation. Nearly the common temperature is obtained at minus 3.75 degrees Celsius. Minus 3.57 degree Celsius. Then what you can choose? We can choose the option number 1 is the right. Right? Again copy it. Let us move for the one more numerical. Right. Next numerical. A clock pendulum made up of inward has a time period of 0.5 second at a 20 degrees Celsius. Are you following me? A clock pendulum made up of inward has a period of 0.5 degrees Celsius at 20 degrees Celsius. If the clock is used in a climate where temperature changes to 30 degrees Celsius, how much time does the clock losses in each oscillation? For inward given alpha value, that is coefficient of linear expansion 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 7 per degree Celsius. See here, what has given? A pendulum clock is given. Initially it has time period. How much a time period? T is equal to given. How much T? T is equal to 0.5 second. 0.5 second. Initial temperature given. How much initial temperature? Theta 1 given. 20 degrees Celsius. Right. If the clock is used in a climate where the average temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, average temperature, see here, average temperature theta is equal to 30 degrees Celsius, how much time does the clock losses in each oscillation? How much time does the clock losses in each oscillation? Generally we have the formula. Time loss in time or gain in time for simple pendulum we have obtained in theory class. Look at me. What is change in actually? Delta T means change in time period. Half alpha into delta theta into number of oscillations. Number of oscillation for 1 second it is 1. For number of seconds it is T value. See here, for 1 oscillation it is 1. For number of oscillation, how much time is given here? T is given. Shall I put T value here? Right? Look at me, put all the values. Alpha value given. How much alpha value? Alpha is equal to 9 into 10 raised to minus 5, minus 7 per degree Celsius. Per degree Celsius. Then look at me, put all the values. How much? Delta T is equal to alpha 9 into 10 raised to minus 7 delta theta. Final temperature minus initial temperature, that is 10. T how much? 0.5 whole divided by how much? This is 2. Right? Let us go for all the calculation. If we are going for all the calculation, nearly the change in time period is observed. 2.25 into 10 raised to minus 6 second. This much is the value. I hope again the option number 1 is the right. Copy it. We will go for the next numerical. Right. Next numerical we will go. Next numerical is the ratio of length of two rods is 1:2 and ratio of coefficient of expansion are 2:3. The first rod is heated through 60 degrees Celsius. First rod is heated through 60 degrees Celsius. Find the temperature through which the second rod is heated so that its expansion is twice of the first. Shall I take here? The ratio of length of two rods are 1:2. Length of two rods. I mean L1 value given, it is 1. L2 value given, it is 2. Length of two rods. Ratio of a coefficient of expansion 2:3. 2:3 means shall I take here? Alpha value given. Alpha value how much? Alpha 1 is 2. What is alpha 2? Alpha 2 is equal to 3. Right? Now, the first rod is heated through 60 degrees Celsius. First rod mean delta T1 I will take 60 degrees Celsius. First rod is heated through 60 degrees Celsius. Find the temperature through which second rod is heated. Find the temperature through which second rod is heated. Temperature through which second rod is heated, so that its expansion is twice of first. I mean, its expansion how much? Second rod expansion del L2, it is 2 times of 1, twice of initial. See here, from this you can calculate directly. First, shall I go for del L1 value? See here, del L1 formula L1 alpha 1 into delta T1. Right or wrong? Right? See here, shall I go for del L1 value? Del L1, L1 is how much? It is 1 value. Alpha 1 how much? 2. Delta T how much? 60. Then what is del L1? Del L1 is equal to 120 meter. Like this. Shall I go for del L2? Del L2 value how to write? Change in second rod, length in second rod. How much? L2 alpha 2 into delta T2. Right or wrong? But what is condition? Condition is del L2 is equal to 2 times of del L1. 2 times of del L1. Shall I write here? 2 times of del L1 equal to how much? L2 alpha 2 into delta T2. Right? Again from the shall I put delta T2? How much? Delta T2 is equal to 2 times of del L1 whole divided by L2 into alpha 2. Are you following this? Put all the values. See here, what values we are getting? Delta T2. Delta T2 is equal to 2, keep it up same. Delta L1, how much? 120 whole divided by L2. L2 how much? 2. Then alpha 2 how much? Nearly it is 3. This one cancel. What is delta T2 then? Delta 2 is nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Right? So this may be the right answer. Which you can get directly. We can choose the option number 2 is the right answer. Copy it. Let us move for the next numerical. Few numericals again will go, which are very tough. Those numericals we are going to solve. Right students, let us move for the next numerical. A metal plate of area 1.2 into 1.2 meter square increases its area by 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square when it is heated from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Coefficient of cubical expansion of the metal expressed. Coefficient of cubical expansion of the metal expressed. Very simple question here it is. See here, metal plate of initial area given. Initial area. What is initial area? A is given how much? 1.2 meter square increases by 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. Increases mean this value del A, how much? 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. When it is heated from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Heated from where to where? Heated from delta T is equal to 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. 100 minus 0, 100 only. Coefficient of cubical expansion of the metal, I need gamma. Coefficient of cubical expansion. That students, we know that areal expansion of the material. How to write areal expansion? Areal expansion of the material can be given del A is equal to A beta into delta T. Beta into delta T. Change in area is equal to original area, change in temperature into constant value, right? See here, I need beta value. Initially I will calculate beta value. What is beta value? Del A divided by A into how much? Delta T. Correct or wrong? Then again from this beta value, del A, how much del A? 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 whole divided by how much? 1.2 delta T, how much? 100, right? From this you can get directly. Then what is del A value here? I mean change in length of this value directly shall upon. See here, from this you can get directly 2.4. How this is? 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius we are getting beta value. 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Again, we know the relation between beta and gamma. Relation between beta and gamma. How to calculate here? See here. Look at me. Relation is there. Beta is equal to 2 alpha. Beta is equal to 2 alpha and gamma is equal to 3 alpha. Correct or wrong? This value is right. Let us take the ratio of these two. I mean gamma divided by beta I will take. Gamma divided by beta. Gamma is how much? 3 alpha. Beta is how much? 2 alpha. Alpha alpha get cancelled. Then what is gamma? Gamma is equal to how much? 3 by 2 into beta. 3 by 2 into beta. Right. See here. Again from this, gamma is equal to 3 by 2, keep it up sign, into beta value already we are getting. 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. 2 to get cancelled. Then what is gamma from this? Gamma from this is a 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. That is cubical expansion of a given material. Just stop it. Let us move for the next numerical. Okay students, next numerical. When a rod is heated from 25 to 75 degrees Celsius, when a rod is heated from 25 to 75 degrees Celsius, shall I take here 25 to 75 degrees Celsius? How this is? Delta 1 I will take. When a rod is heated from 25 to 75 degrees Celsius, it's expand by 1 millimeter. Shall I take here? What is given? When rod heated from 75 to 25, 75 minus 25 means 50 degree difference in temperature. How much? Delta T1, 50 degrees Celsius. Expands by 1 millimeter. Expands by 1 millimeter mean del L1 value is given. How much? 1 milli. Milli mean 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Right? When when a rod of a same material, same material mean alpha value must be same. I mean condition is alpha 1 must be equal to alpha 2 must be equal to alpha. When a rod of same material but 4 times of length, I mean directly L2 is equal to 4L1, 4 times of length, heated from 25 to 50 degrees Celsius, heated from 25 to 50 degrees Celsius, I mean delta 2, 25 to 50, 50 minus 25, again 25 degrees Celsius, right? What is asking? Increase in length is asking. Increase in length mean I need expansion of second rod, del L2, right? See here, let us go for calculation of del L1 initially. Shall I go here? Del L1 is equal to L1 alpha 1 delta T1, right? Let alone. Then for second rod, del L2 is equal to L2 alpha 2 delta T2, alright. Then what is given condition? Both having same nature, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha. See here, if alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha, here also alpha, and condition second length is 4 times of initial length. See here, directly I will go for divide this value del L2 divided by del L1. How much? Just divide del L2 divided by del L1. Del L2 how much? L2 alpha 2 delta T2 whole divided by L1 alpha 1 delta T2, right? Put the condition alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha and L2 is equal to 4L1. Just simplify it. Del L2 divided by del L1 is equal to alpha L2 4 times of L1. Alpha keep it up same because alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha. Then what about this? Del T2 whole divided by L1, again alpha 1 can be replaced by alpha into how much? Del T1, right? What are the values get cancelled? L1 get cancelled, alpha get cancelled. Shall I simplify here? How to go for simplification? Del L2 divided by del L1, del L2 divided by del L1. See here, how much? 4 into del T2 divided by del T1. Del T2 and del T1s are given. See here, del L2 divided by del L1 equal to 4 times of del T2, how much? 25 whole divided by del T1. What is del T1 value? Already given. How much del T1? It is 50, right? Just go for simplification. Del L2 divided by del L1 is equal to how much? 2, right? Or put this value. From this, del L2 is equal to 2 times of del L1. But del L1 value given. How much? 1 into 10 raised to minus 3. So, this value simply I will replace into 10 raised to minus 3 meter square. This may be the final answer for it. Which one is correct then? I can go for option number 4 I can get directly, right? Minus 3 mean milli, minus 3 mean 2 millimeter, right? Copy it again. Let us move for the next numerical. Okay, next numerical is when the temperature, next numerical, see here, when the rod is heated 89, 95, see here. Next numerical is when the temperature of the body increases from T2 delta T, its moment of inertia increases from I to I plus del y. The coefficient of linear expansion is alpha. Then ratio of del I by I is look at me here. What is the question given? When the temperature of the body increases from T to T plus del T, a body its temperature increases from T to delta T. Moment of inertia changes from I to I plus del I. Coefficient of linear expansion of the body is alpha. Coefficient of linear expansion of the body is alpha. Then ratio of del I divided by I is. Very simple question. Students, already we have learned the moment of inertia of the body in system of particles and rotational motion. See here, how the moment of inertia given? I is equal to how much? mr square. When temperature of the body changes, the moment of inertia also changes. Moment of inertia, it is concerned to area. See here, the moment of inertia, I mean change in area divided by original change in moment of inertia divided by initial moment of inertia. I need the ratio. See here, directly I can call the moment of inertia. See here, del I divided by I is equal to 2 times of del L. It is 2 times of del L. Direct relation we can obtain. Del I divided by I equal to this value. Or from this you can call directly. See here, you can call the final also. Del I. Moment of inertia also it is available. Del L divided by L value. Because moment of inertia concerned to the area of the given body, 2 times of the length, 2 times of change in length I observed. See here, from linear expansion, shall I call it as equation number 1? Right? The change in length is given. What is change in length? L alpha into delta T. Right? Again from this, how to write? Del L divided by L is equal to how much? Alpha delta T. Shall I call this equation number 2? Right? Just put equation 2 in equation 1. What values we are getting? Del I divided by I. Del I divided by I equal to 2 into alpha delta T. Then what ratio we are getting? 2 alpha delta T. Which option may be correct? This option number 4 is correct. Right? Copy it now. Students, up to here thermal expansion of the solid is enough. Now let us go for the next synopsis. I mean we will go now thermal expansion of liquids we will move. Shall I go for the concept? Thermal expansion of liquid. Look at me. Now we will move for thermal expansion of liquid and gases. Initially we will discuss thermal expansion of liquid. Later we will discuss thermal expansion of gases. Students, already we know that liquids doesn't have coefficient of linear expansion and aerial expansion because liquid only having volume but not having definite shape and size. Due to not having definite shape and size, liquids does not having coefficient of linear expansion and coefficient of volume expansion. Sorry, coefficient of aerial expansion. Now in this case, when heat is provided to liquid, actually what happens? We know that when heat is provided to liquid, initially the level of the liquid is falls due to expansion of flask. If we increase again more temperature, then the level of the liquid will rise up slowly. And at a different range of the temperature, the liquid having a different value of expansion. For example, 10 to 20 degrees Celsius expansion is one value. Again from 50 to 60 degrees Celsius expansion is another value. From 100 to 120 again expansion is another value. I mean liquid can expand at a different ranges at a different amount of temperature. Now let us discuss in detail concern to thermal expansion of liquids. See here, initially I will take a liquid to a certain level in a flask. Shall I take here? Look at me. Initially I will take the liquid here in a given flask. This may be the flask I can take, right? Let us consider the certain level of the liquid is there in this beaker. Consider this beaker made up of glass only. This is nothing but the level of the liquid, right? Initially what level is there? Initially the level of the liquid is this much. Shall I take it is the level of the liquid? This is the level of the liquid. When heat is given to this liquid, actually what happens? See here, I will provide some amount of heat. Let us take initially heat is provided. Heat is provided. When heat provided, initially the volume is, the vessel is like this. When initially heat is provided, the vessel becomes expand. As a result, initially the level of the liquid will falls off. Actually, due to expansion of this vessel, level of the liquid falls from this value to this value. How it falls? It falls from this P to Q value initially, which is the fall in value. When heat is provided initially, the vessel actually position like this. When initially heat is provided, it little bit expand. As a result, level of liquid falls. This is nothing but the level of the liquid falls, right? What amount the level of the liquid falls, that is nothing but expansion of the flask. Andre ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನಮಗೆ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ ಅಷ್ಟ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಇದರದು ವೆಸಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ದೆನ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ if again more heat is provided, I mean more temperature increase. When more temperature increase, then level of the liquid is again rise up. How it is rise up? It rise up from again this value to this value. This value to this value. From where to where? From P to R. From P to R. Actually, what is P to R? P to R represent apparent expansion of the liquid. P to R represent apparent expansion of the liquid, and P to Q is nothing but actual expansion of the flask. Are you following me? How much liquid drops, that much the flask will expand due to increase in temperature. One thing, later if the temperature increases, the level of the liquid rises from this value to this value. This value we are calling apparent expansion. Here what is apparent expansion? Apparent expansion means whatever the observer observe the rise in liquid, that is apparent expansion, or can call apparent expansion is expansion of the liquid without taking the expansion of the flask. From where to where the flask is expanded? The flask expanded from this point to this point. Then from this point to this point liquid will rise up without taking expansion of the flask. This is nothing but actual rise in volume of the liquid. Then this value we are calling apparent expansion. And the liquid actually rises from where to where? The liquid actually rises from Q to R. That's what liquid has the two coefficient of volume expansion. One is apparent coefficient of volume expansion. Second one is real coefficient of expansion. Because liquid only changes its volume when it is heated. Right thing, students. Now both cases we will see. One is coefficient of apparent expansion, coefficient of real expansion. That is real coefficient of expansion and apparent coefficient of expansion. Both we will see. See here. Initially we will see apparent coefficient of expansion. Apparent coefficient of expansion. Apparent coefficient of expansion. Shall I go here? Apparent coefficient of expansion. Apparent coefficient of expansion. Look at me, students. How to define? I will take initially liquid in a vessel. Look at me, it is the vessel containing the liquid. This is nothing but simple vessel, right? It is nothing but the liquid here. This is nothing but the liquid. See here, actually initially the liquid is falls up. Initial liquid falls up. How it is? it is nothing but the level of the liquid up to this point. Initially temperature increase, it may fall down from here to here. This value we are what we are calling? This value we are calling actual expansion of the flask. How much liquid falls, that much flask will expand. Now, again if the temperature given, again if the temperature increase, it may expand from this point to this point. This value from where to where? From P to R, we are calling apparent expansion. Now consider initial volume is there. Initial volume is represented by V1 at what temperature? At a T1 temperature, right? When temperature increases, from where to where volume is increased? From this point to this point volume increase. Shall I take here? Volume at what temperature? Volume at the temperature T2, right? According to volume expansion, according to cubical expansion, we know that the change in volume or increase in volume, how to write increase in volume? Increase in volume V2 minus V1 directly proportional to initial volume. Directly proportional to initial volume, directly proportional to change in temperature, directly proportional to change in temperature, right or wrong? Or can call, see here, change in volume is equal to constant gamma A into V1 T2 minus T1. Shall I take it as delta T? Then what is gamma A? Gamma A we are calling apparent coefficient of volume expansion. Apparent coefficient of expansion or volume expansion I can call. How to write this is del V minus V, V2 minus V1 divided by V1 into how much? Delta T, right? Actually what is V2 minus V1? V2 minus V1 represent apparent increase in volume. Apparent increase in volume. What is V1? Initial volume. What is delta T? Rise in temperature. So, apparent coefficient of expansion, apparent volume coefficient of expansion. How to define? Apparent coefficient of cubical expansion is the ratio of a change in volume, ratio of a change in apparent volume to original volume per degree rise in temperature. Remember this formula. This is what value? Alpha A. Alpha A. Then we are calling a real coefficient of volume expansion. Real coefficient. Remember this formula. Ya is equal to gamma A is equal to V2 minus V1 divided by V1 into delta T. After this, shall I take here? Real coefficient of expansion. Real coefficient of expansion. Look at me here. How to go for real coefficient of expansion? Real coefficient of volume expansion. Volume expansion. See here. Real mean from where to where liquid rises. Liquid rises from this point to this point. This is nothing but real expansion of the liquid. Actually what you are calling? PR only apparent expansion. What is QR? Real expansion. Then what is PQ? PQ represent expansion of the flask due to fall of liquid. Right? See here, initially shall I take? Initial temperature is the initial volume is what temperature? It is at T1 temperature. Right? When temperature increases, its volume increases from this point to this point. Consider. Here the volume is, final volume is V dash. At what temperature? At T2 temperature. Then shall I go for real expansion? Change in volume. What is change in volume? Final volume minus initial volume directly proportional to initial volume. Directly proportional to change in temperature. Change in temperature, or real expansion of the volume is some constant. I will call LR. Right? LR into how much? V1 into delta T. Delta T from this gamma R. What is gamma R? Gamma R is equal to V2 dash. V2 dash minus V1 whole divided by V1 into delta T. What is V2 dash minus V1? real expansion of the liquid. This we are calling real expansion of the liquid. This is the original volume of the liquid. What is delta T? Rise in temperature. So real expansion, real coefficient of expansion is the ratio of a real change in volume per original volume per degree rise in temperature. Right, from the second call. But there is the relation between real expansion, apparent expansion. Shall I take here? This value QR, what is QR? Real expansion. Real expansion. Real expansion. What is QP? QP nothing but expansion of flask. Shall I take? QP, expansion of flask. I mean expansion of vessel. Vessel. Then what is PR? PR represent apparent expansion. PR represent apparent expansion. Apparent expansion. Apparent expansion. From this you can get directly. See here. How to write real? This real QR is equal to QP plus PR. From this how to write? QR is nothing but real expansion. Real expansion equal to how much? It is a PQ plus PR. PQ plus PR. PQ represent PQ represent coefficient of real expansion. Shall I take? QR replaced by this value gamma R. PQ expansion of vessel. Expansion of vessel mean expansion of the glass. Shall I call it is gamma Z? PR apparent expansion. Shall I take it is gamma A? I mean coefficient of real expansion is equal to the sum of expansion of the glass plus apparent expansion. Again from this you can get glass is expanded in 3D dimensional. So gamma equal to 3 alpha I will put. How to put then here? Real expansion is equal to 3 alpha into how much? Coefficient of apparent expansion. Right? I mean the glass is there. What is glass actually? Glass is made up. The flask is made up of the glass. The glass can expand in 3D dimensional. So gamma equal to 3 alpha we are putting. This we are calling the relation between apparent expansion, real expansion along with expansion of the flask. Right students? The remaining concept again we will study in the next class. Thank you.